What's up, guys? Now, today we're going to be seeing if the F key is actually, hold up, a good key to edit with. Now, I have no clue. I've never edited with the F key. My edit bind is E, the E button, you know, the one that most people have to use for interact. Yeah, we're just going to go do some piece control. Obviously, I'm not used to this. I'm used to pressing E. But I feel like it's pretty easy to learn new edit binds. Except for the binds that I used to have. I used to edit like Nick A30. So with my middle mouse button used to be my edit key at least. So that was a bad time of editing. I felt so inconsistent there. It was just like I couldn't do piece control. It sucked to do it actually. So I freaking played like family friendly guy over here, bro. But F isn't too bad. Now, I was saying if you're a beginner, I don't think you should start with like an advanced edit bind. I think you should go for something like F. I think that is the best play because obviously you're a beginner. You don't know much, you still need to practice. Once you get to like the better or more competitive side of Fortnite, I say that's when you can start getting optimal binds. So when you do F, you basically can't go right and also edit at the same time. That's impossible because you have to walk. So whatever you have to do, you have to press F and then you can go to the right. So it's really hard unless you're like moving all your fingers off your binds, which you shouldn't do because that's a terrible way of doing things. So obviously I use E because obviously it's more comfortable than that, and I can move to the right while editing. So F is an okay bind. I think it's really just for the beginners, and other than that, some pros do still use F. I mean, that's one argument you can make against it. Booga, he uses F, but honestly, it's not that great. It has lots of downsides, unlike other optimal binds. But, of course, it's the preference. Obviously, it also matters if you have a full keyboard or a 60% keyboard, because then sometimes you can't bind things to certain things because you don't have those keys. So you have to play more conservatively with your keyboard. Yeah, it's lots of things. But I've been kind of doing pretty well on F. It's still a little weird not being able to walk right, but I think it will be pretty easy to do it. It's just a little slower than my usual gameplay and muscle memory out of years of like I did the switch to E like a month ago. That's how easy it is to get accustomed to new binds. Yeah, I tried to see if I could still do editing with my middle mouse button. It didn't work. So anyways, I think obviously what I've already said. But there's also something else with F that is a major issue that I think is the reason why it might not be so good. Now, the reason is peak shots. Peak shots. since I can't edit and then obviously go to the right to do a peek shot, it makes peek shots 10 times harder. So if you try to do a peek shot to the right, it is way harder. You have to do that, which requires you to take your hands off lots of keys, which is a problem because if you're trying to build something, or you have to quickly go behind you, it's not gonna work. So yeah, that's super big. But again, I'm not sure if beginners are gonna really be taking peek shots that much. Might be a couple beginner peeks, but still very. Now obviously the peek shot's down, you can stay in your cone or something. As well as wide edits still work. Okay, I need to go this way. Yeah, that's the main problem. Alright. Anyways, guys, let's probably hop in to what F would look like in some versus just some bots players. Just versus some bots and see how it does well in a fighting capability. Okay. You see, that was the one big issue. If I edited here, the opponent was going over here. I can't go over here and edit while taking my 2 fingers off the keyboard, or my 3 fingers off the other side of my keyboard. So yeah, if he moved the other way, it would have been way harder. Now, obviously, pros use F, so it's obviously possible. But I think F is just too overhyped. It's too overused. I think optimal binds, like, if you've seen Resin Hub's video, he edits with K. He moved his whole fingers across the keyboard. Now, those are optimal binds. But obviously, not everyone's trying to make the switch to things. Because some people might just be playing for fun, not competitively. So I think that's the biggest thing that separates F from being a pro bind to casual bind. Now, I don't really know what to say, because I'm pretty sure the default edit bind is F. Like, that's just the default bind Fortnite made it. Okay. Oh, do you see that? That's another reason why F fails. Not in great situations. I was editing, this guy comes up to me, I have to unedit and come over here. But I was editing like this. I couldn't move this way without taking my hands off. So it just kinda, it's very weird. So I say, unless you want to be struggling a lot, you shouldn't use F. But if you want to master F for apparent reason, it's definitely possible, because pros use it, and pros are pros for a reason. So yeah, so it's all up to preference. I say it's not the most optimal bind, but obviously it's your Fortnite, take it how you like it. So besides that, peace.